Welcome along to Wembley for Chelsea's 12th semi-final since the arrival of Roman Abramovich and third in the FA Cup in the last 4 seasons. On both previous occasions in the last 3 years, the Blues have gone on to lift the trophy, and given Carlo Ancelotti's side have beaten their opponents today, Aston Villa 7-1 just 2 weeks ago, it's no surprise to see the bookmakers price up the current holders as the short price favourites to progress to yet another final. Villa, of course, have already been to and lost at the home of English football in the Carling Cup final this season, going down to Manchester United, and they lost their last meeting with Chelsea in the FA Cup under the gaze of the Twin Towers in 2000. Roberto Di Matteo's second half goal, the difference between the two sides then. Everything looked stacked against Martin O'Neill's side, but the Villains did beat Chelsea at Villa Park this campaign and surely won't roll over as easy as they did at the Bridge a fortnight ago. Well, Chelsea have won 10 consecutive FA Cup matches and have only conceded 6 goals in that run. And this particular fixture is Chelsea's 50th game of the campaign. Chelsea and Aston Villa lock horns for the 7th occasion in the FA Cup. It is the second semi-final together, with Villa winning the previous one back in 1920. They went on to beat Huddersfield in the final at Stamford Bridge that year. The Villains won the first 4 FA Cup encounters, with Chelsea winning the last 2 in 1987 and of course the final, as we've mentioned, in 2000. Let's first of all though take a look at the Villa team. They make just one change to the side that defeated Bolton last time out. James Milner is recalled in place of Fabian Delph. Richard Dunn has shaken off a minor Achilles problem and partners James Collins in the centre of defence. John Carew is again preferred to Emil Heskey, who is on the bench. Chelsea also make one alteration from a week ago. Didier Drogba, who scored the winner against Manchester United, comes in for Nicolas Anelka. Drogba will be flanked by the informed Joe Cole and Florian Malouda. Petr Cech plays his first FA Cup game since last year's final. Enrique Hilario is fit enough for a place on the bench. Chelsea fans expectant. Martin O'Neill will be hoping for a vastly different outcome to the one from a fortnight ago, and of course when he was here just earlier on in the campaign. Carlo Ancelotti, who won the Coppa Italia as a player with Roma on a number of occasions and indeed led Milan to success in that domestic cup competition in Italy, will be hoping to bag some silverware, of course, with Chelsea. Well, we are underway. Certainly be interesting, Jason, just to see how Aston Villa line up and if they do anything differently against Chelsea.
Well, they went 4-5-1 first half against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Ashley Young on the left, Agbon Lahore on the right, and both of them were pretty much playing as wing-backs. However, second half they changed things. Chelsea went into the half-time break 2-1 up with a penalty, pretty much right on half-time. And Martin O'Neill changed his side. I think this is going to be a very tight game. I see Aston Villa looking perhaps to contain Chelsea.
Lampard, options left and right. This is Joe Cole. Quaylar across, still Joe Cole. Can he get his shot away? He can.
First throw of the goal, nice idea. And because they push so high up the pitch, Philip, we can get in behind. They had 4 in our half. You can see them trolling back there. Good pass from Frank, and immediately, as soon as Joe gets in the box, only one thing on his mind. Didn't strike the ball the way he would have liked.
Chasing for Milner, plenty of space here. Just go for goal, and well, just wide.
I'm not sure he struck this the way that he would have liked, but it caused problems for Petr Cech. Allowed far too much space. Look how much space he's got there on the edge of the box. JT comes out and does as much as he can. Oh, I'll tell you what, if he strikes this cleaner, I think that would have caused a lot more problems. Not sure whether Cech gets a touch on that.
5 in the Premier League, 4 in the Carling Cup this season. Last in the 2-1 win over Wigan away from home. So scored, of course, against Manchester United in the Carling Cup final from the spot. I thought that's a mismatch, Deco against Carew, but it's Deco that's been penalised. Success on home territory for Aston Villa 6 months ago, the only time that Villa have beaten Chelsea in the last 5 meetings. On the edge of the penalty area, Collins knocks it down. Bonner Hall, can he turn? He can. Was he brought down? No, says the referee, who was in a brilliant spot to look at that incident.
Well, let's have another look at this. My first impressions were it looked a penalty. It looked a penalty to me. Martin O'Neill, his arms are up. I don't think there's any contact with the ball. It's great play, mind you. He's got a piece of... Well, that's a penalty. Okay, he's got a piece of Mikel's shirt. Well, if the referee hasn't seen that to me is a penalty. That to me is a penalty, and Mikel is a very, very lucky boy.
Young. On the line for Bonner needs some support here. Turns infield. He's got personnel on the left-hand side. Here is Milner. Carew waits for the cross, and it comes. It's towards Carew. Oh! Well, Czech completely lost the flight of the ball, and it was flicked away by Terry. I think this is Young once again.
Well, they seem to be getting a little closer, Aston Villa. They've been the better of the two sides. JT just gets something on this. He tempts Czech out. Czech comes and completely misjudged it. JT just gets a flick.
Malouda get forwards here, and he can pull it back. Opportunity for Drogba. Too many bodies. Aston Villa and their players putting themselves on the line there. Maybe the breakaway is on here. The flag is up.
Best chance of the game for Chelsea. Lovely play, wonderful touch into Florian Malouda, and he just gets away. Lovely touch there from Didier, and he gets away from Cuellar. Good body strength, cuts it back, waits for Collins for the challenge. Didier comes in. Well, if he hits the target with this, done. Was on the floor. It was Warnock in the end that manages to rescue the situation. I'll tell you what, more luck than judgment, because he was on his backside when that challenge came in. Now, here presents an opportunity. It's in a nice area to deliver a really good pass, and I'd expect Frank to deliver this. Good touch, invites the challenge, lovely play.
This is going to be another Drogba special. All sorts of power and swerve on them. It's the top of the wall, completely away. This is Mikel. Back inside the penalty area. Away, and he finds Deco, and now John Terry. Eventually Lampard. Mikel. Good spell this from Chelsea. Mikel looks to float it towards Drogba on the far side. Warnock was backing in, and the shot on the turn from Joe Cole. He's really well saved by Brad Friedel.
Well, it come from absolutely nowhere. They couldn't defend the situation. They managed just to clear the ball, and in the end it comes off Warnock's strange header back, and Joe latches onto it, drives the ball into the ground, and the angle was always tight, and you'd have thought Brad Friedel was always going to be favourite to save that.
And the long ball inside the penalty area, and pushing and shoving Alex as well to get their header away. Milner back towards the left flank, but Young can't pick it up. Warnock should be able to do so now, though, for Villa.
Another stray pass. Our passing's not been good enough. Defensively, I think we've looked pretty solid, in all honesty. There was that one big penalty shout, which I felt that was a penalty. But our passing's not been good enough. We've not been at the races, and this has been the shadow of the side that we've seen in the last 3 games.
Cole, Lampard, Malouda.
Again, see how quickly Aston Villa get bodies behind the ball. That's the pass. That pass there, if we can manage to pass through the middle and find some space, we're looking for really perhaps Malouda to come off the left-hand side and go and join Didier. Maybe Joe come off the right-hand side and go and join Didier, and see if we can get a bit of movement. We've looked a little static. It's not been the sort of performance that we're after, and Aston Villa have been the better side. However, we do go in 0-0 at half-time.
Perhaps thanks to that man, Bonner maybe should have won a penalty for Aston Villa. Brought down by Mikel. Howard Webb did not give the spot kick. He was very, very close to the incident. Chelsea huffed and puffed, but can't find a way through. Friedel making a good save from Cole. But at half-time at Wembley, Aston Villa 0, Chelsea 0. So get set for the second half of this FA Cup semi-final between Aston Villa and Chelsea. No goals in the first period. Jason, what did Chelsea have to do to win this cup semi-final in regulation 90.
Well, at the moment, it's got extra time written all over it. We've not played the football that we have done in the previous 3 games. I always felt this was going to be a tight game. I think Villa, they're very well organised. They are a stubborn side to break down, as we've seen in the first half. And in reflection, that tackle from Mikel and Agbonlahor in the box in the first half, in my opinion, was a cast iron penalty, which they didn't get, and they could well be leading 1-0. We need a better start to this second half. We've looked quite solid other than the penalty appeal, however. Petr perhaps coming off for one that he shouldn't have done, and JT got a flick on it. But we haven't seen anything, really. When you think about the most influential players we have on the pitch, Frank, Didier, I'm talking attacking-wise here, Frank, Didier and Malouda, haven't seen anything of them so far.
Villa have a free kick. 4 inside the penalty area. Collins and Dunn up from the back. Plenty of movement. Young joins them. Swung in, near post, this time the flick on, and it bounces away off Ferreira.
Well, I don't know if this comes off Ferreira, does it come off Mikel? This goes down holding his shoulder. Let's have a look, who does it come off? It does come off Ferreira. It come off the top of his shoulder. Some defensive work to do, opening exchange to the second half.
Good start for Villa, and it comes again, near post, and the header just wide. John Carew.
Well, I thought that was in. My heart was in my mouth. I thought that was going to nestle in the back post. He gets something on this. Have a look at Petr. He stands rooted. He can't get there. Wow, that's close. That is very, very close.
Cole. Drogba. Lampard's inside the penalty area. Cole looks for the return ball, and Friedel will smother.
What a cross. What a ball this is from Didier Drogba. Hasn't got much space in which to work. If Joe can get just in front of Brad Friedel there, that could end up in the back of the net.
Low ball in, and Alex sticks out the size 12s and knocks it away.
Again, Aston Villa. Again, Aston Villa, the side that
Carew will knock it down. Only towards Mikel, though, and Milner was lurking. Chelsea can break. Mikel wants to take it on. And Drogba over on the far side. The flag stays down, and Drogba still going forward, and away by Warnock eventually.
Well, that's the first time in the game that we've managed to break and get in behind. There's the pass, now he's in behind them. Can he take it on? Collins sells himself, he goes down. Good play from Didier, wonderful challenge that comes in from Dunn. Some desperate defending that comes in from Warnock. There's the challenge that comes in. And Warnock there was taking no chances.
And initially Warnock away, Chelsea with the corner. Again, it's deep, and that's done away, but it's an awful clearance, and the shot comes in, and it's turned in by who else? Didier Drogba in the right place at the right time, and Chelsea lead Aston Villa in this FA Cup semi-final.
Well, I don't quite know how this has come about, because no one has challenged for the corner. No one has gone up, and the ball has been cleared. It wasn't cleared the best, and JT has just drilled it back across goal. And who does it fallen to? Didier Drogba. This is a fantastic finish. I mean, he loves Wembley. He loves Wembley. Look at this. No one challenges the ball. No one at all. It's not the best clearance. JT just drills it towards goal. That is a very, very good finish. He hasn't got long to think about this. Guide it past Brad Friedel. It's the pace from JT's shot. That's all he needs. Just guide it. Just get enough contact on that to put it in that bottom corner. And let's be honest, we've been second best, but we're 1-0 up.
With a throw. Petrov. Inside the penalty area, the flick for Downing. First time ball in, away from the keeper, and the header is comfortably saved. Really get too much purchase on that, Ashley Young. Good delivery. Carew looking to turn Alex. Alex is there, does just enough. Carew can race forward, and Elka's first touch Once again, sliding challenge, not enough by Milner. Back and help it on towards Malouda. Anelka inside the area. Malou to get his shot away.
That's nice. That's nice.
Just took a touch. Curling effort towards the bottom corner.
I think that's how the game is going to be now. I think this is going to be perhaps end-to-end. Dunn just gets something on it. They have to come forward. The clock is ticking. Yeah, you can see there from the angle. Carew comes off.
Well, he's been awkward, John Carew, for the Chelsea defenders to deal with, but Terry and Alex have dealt with him superbly well, by and large. Emil Heskey is on. Of course, Carew did have that opportunity early in the second half. Can Heskey do anything differently? Lampard with the corner. It's cleared away by Milner. But the fans urging their team on. Is there to be any late drama? Ballack, who wants it. Ballack eventually crosses the ball. Opportunity for another, brilliantly taken by Florent Malouda. Terrific finish from a player playing some of the best football of his Chelsea career. And that surely is that for Chelsea. And another FA Cup final appearance. Malouda sweeps it home. Friedel, no chance. And Chelsea have their second.
Well, we spoke earlier, Dan, about the fact that Aston Villa have to come out. They have to commit men forward. And there was an example of it. When you see the ball break, if you go far enough, there's examples. Look how many men they have advanced. But look at this cross. What a wonderful ball that is. You know, he's looking at Frank. He's got two to choose from. Put it into an area. Ask Frank and ask Malouda, can you get on the end of it? And the man who's in red-hot form at the moment arrives at the far post. Another right-footed goal, which secures our place in the FA Cup final. And the double is one step closer.
11 in the Premier League for Malouda. He scored in the Carling Cup and the FA Cup this campaign. He's had a fantastic last few months. He's shown the same type of form that he showed when he was hitting, seemed to revitalise his Chelsea career at the back end of last campaign.
Well, what a comfortable position now to be in. And since the goal, we've been the better side. We have been the better side, but up until that point, you have to give it to Villa. But that man and Didier Drogba, I mean, look at this for cross. Just lend it in there. Miss out the first man. He delivered a beautiful ball maybe 5 or 10 minutes ago. It's all about the cross. Get on the end of that. The cross does the damage. Can you finish it? And Florent Malouda arrives with his right foot. The Chelsea fans now can enjoy yet another day at Wembley. Aston Villa. Hello.
Well, she's enjoying himself during the game. Those in claret and blue certainly aren't. Many have headed for the exits already. But the Chelsea fans will be celebrating across the capital and further afield long into the night.
I mean, when you look at the way that Villa have played, in the final third, for as well as they have played, Petr Cech has not been asked any questions. He's not had many saves to make. Didier has finished the one chance that's come his way. They haven't created that much at all. I mean, JT and Alex, the two best players on the pitch by some distance for me, haven't missed a thing.
Might be a little bit more here. Anelka, who hasn't scored for Club au Country in his last 13 appearances, racing through. Milner infield. Heskey has made little difference in the little time he's had on the pitch, in fairness. Maybe should have brought him on sooner. Milner against a clever ball out towards Downey. Across the hill with Downey. And shimmy, then another.
Does well there, Frank. Just gets enough on it. Well, does he not? I thought it was a corner. Well, they are living in hope now. They know that another trip to Wembley has ended in disappointment.
Bunlahor and Young have had half chances, quarter chances. Martin O'Neill will no doubt talk about the penalty he feels that his side should have had in the first half. As Kalou takes it down with ease, and he can get the shot away here. Friedel with a save. Opportunity again. Oh! Malouda should have had his second and Chelsea's third.
Well, Brad Friedel makes a great save to his right-hand side. He's a great shot stopper. Falls to Kalou, managed to get a yard of space, gets in front of Collins, and done. That's a really good save, a strong wrist. Oh dear. I think it's fair to say, could have done a little better there, but it is on his weaker right foot.
Something tells me he won't really regret it that much. Chelsea 2 to the good, and Villa tiring and demoralised now. And Chelsea rampant, and Kalou, he does win his goal, can he get it? Anelka takes the touch, and again, and gets the shot away. And Villa just can't clear their lines at the moment.
Well, defensively again, it's all you can ask in those situations. You know, they throw bodies in front of it, force him wide, stop the shot coming in, and they do that. And you know, I felt this situation may arise because of Aston Villa in search of goals. Now they really are in big trouble. They need another goal, and we just exploit it. We open him up, and it's amazing that we really didn't play until our first goal, and since then we've been the better side.
Chelsea's 11th consecutive FA Cup success. They really have made this competition their own in recent campaigns. Villa do have a free kick. Towards that near post area, Heskey was lurking, but Chelsea absolutely coming forward with Malouda here. Rides one challenge and still coming forward, and Kalou, he's on the penalty spot if he can spot him. This is Anelka, and Lampard calling for it. Is this another? And still going. That's brilliant. Brilliant. Lampard on the score sheet.
Well, I mean, this is a really good finish. This is a wonderful build-up. Villa are going in search of a goal. They're desperate. This is a typical Frank Lampard goal. Wonderful touch, great awareness, and the composure that he shows. He waits for the challenge to come in. Challenge comes in. Great pace from Malouda, takes away. Thought perhaps there he was looking at maybe to drill the ball across into. There's the composure. Rise the challenge, waits for the challenge from Warnock, puts him on his backside. There it is, and just as the end of the easiest of chances, and they must be sick of the sight of Frank Lampard.
Well, Chelsea.
5 goals in 2 games he scored in a matter of a couple of weeks.
Well, Chelsea, the highest ever number of goals scored in a season, 122 now. This is the 50th game. The previous record, 121 in 56 games in the 64-65 campaign. And let's not forget 5 more league games to come and an FA Cup final. Carlo, the FA Cup final, and whoever they play, Chelsea will be favourites to win that. Will it be a double year for the Blues? Didier Drogba yet again scoring at Wembley, getting the first, Lampard getting the last. In between times, Florent Malouda helping himself. You have to say that the likes of Cuellar and co battled for an hour or so, yes, Jason, but just weren't good enough.
The first goal changed it. The scoreline does not reflect the way the game has gone. We weren't 3 goals better than them, but in the final third, it's about putting the ball in the back of the net. Defensively, we were magnificent. Our skipper JT is putting a man-of-the-match performance. We looked solid at the back. Petacek had nothing to do, and we punished them in the end. And that's what it's all about. Get your chance, put it in the back of the net, and we're on our way to Wembley again.
Final score in the FA Cup semi-final: Aston Villa 0, Chelsea 3.